people, this is Sharpino here, welcome you guys to week 3 of the PMC League Battles. Today we are taking on the San Antonio Victreebels. Go ahead and check out the channel, links in the description down below. Now we're going to be quick about this, we've just had a look at his team here, so most of the threats in his team we've kind of prepped for, so let's see, we've got Scissor, the Moa, LevineMa, Superior, Diamantine, Umbreon, and Tapu Fini. Okay, so we do have a few Pokemon that are equipped for this kind of situation. Now it's going to determine which one I think he's going to start things off with. So personally, I feel like he's going to try to get things kicking off with that. I would say I would probably say more likely the Scissor. So I'm going to go ahead and get things started off with my Choice Scarf Chandelure, just to scout to see what he's bringing and to possibly scout for other Scarfers as well. Because as you guys know, Lumi doesn't have the greatest of speed, but if we can scout for those Scarfs, we can definitely go ahead and find out what the deal is. So best of luck to my opponent. And here we go. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Alright, just check everything here. Alright, so I've got my notes here. So, Tapu Fini, no Dragonite, which I thought was okay. So, we're kicking things off with our Chandelure, and in comes the Harambe. That is Diamantine. Yep. That is the Diamantine. Okay. So one of two things is going to happen from here. Either he's going to outspeed us because we are max. Actually, no, we're not maxed in speed investment. So, does beg the question what this Diamantine wants to go for. Because if he has Earthquake, he's going to definitely screw over our Chandelure. But if he goes for U-turn, then that's fine as well. So now we're just debating on whether. We're debating on whether we think this Diamantine is Scarfed. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. I'm going to assume it's not Scarfed, but let's just see how we go here. He might just go for the U-turn, expecting us to swap. Because if he thinks that we're afraid of the Choice Scarf Earthquake, that's fine. And then he'll be forced to swap out, and then we can get ourselves a free swap into Mandibuzz to get a knockoff or whatever he wants to bring in. So it works out either way, but let's just see what Harambe he wants to do here. That is a Choice Scarf Diamantine. That is a Choice Scarf Diamantine. Okay, now we know that much. Let's go ahead and put that information in. So that is Choice Scarf Earthquake. Now, again, one of two things can happen. Either one, he swaps out now expecting us to swap out. So, really, our only swap in would have to be the Mandibuzz. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it to the Mandibuzz, expecting him to stay in to go for that double Earthquake here. So in comes the Mandibuzz here. Now we're probably going to see an Earthquake go to nothing. Yep, that much is true. Alright, so now that we know that this Diamantine is Choice Scarf, that is a lot of valid information. Now, one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to swap into the Mega Scissor, which if he does, that would be great, actually. But the thing is, I don't know what he wants to do here. So, more likely we'll try to swap into the Umbreon. So I think it's only opportune that we go for a knockoff, because at this point, his Choice Scarf, he really can't do anything. If he's going to let this Diamantine, I mean, I really doubt he would, because now it's the fastest in his team. Now that we know that it is in fact a Choice Scarfer, like I said, valid information. Now he's going to decide, so he's going to go ahead and withdraw here, that's fine. He's going to bring in the Mega Scissor or the Umbreon. He's going to bring the Umbreon, nice and shiny, very nice. We're going to go ahead and go for the knockoff, and let's see how much damage this does. This does very little damage, and let's see what item you've got. You've got leftovers. Okay, so now we pretty much take out of the equation the fact that this could be a stally little Umbreon here. But considering how much damage that did, that tells me I believe that that is physical investment. So, what I think we should do now is we'll go ahead and I do believe our Magnezone is Him Power Fighting. No, it's Him Power Fire. Okay, so let's bring in. It's difficult because he doesn't have any electrical immunities, which is good for us, which means we're free to go ahead. Except for maybe the Rotom-Mow. Sorry, I forgot about that. So, I'm going to swap into the Magnezone because I want to see if he has Toxic. We go ahead and bring the Magnezone, that's fine. So we're going to bring in Magnapool, the Magnezone here. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for Toxic. Perfect. Now, really, that really wouldn't have an effect on me because I'm Overcoat, but actually, no, it would actually. It would. So we're going to go ahead now, and we'll probably go ahead and set up a substitute because at this point, Umbreon really can't do anything unless he has a Flying type move, which I really doubt that Umbreon does. So we'll go ahead and set up a substitute against this Umbreon because we've got the perfect setup for it. As I bring my coaster with my coffee. So we'll go ahead and make a note of that because as you guys know, I make notes. So Toxic. So very well scouted on our part that we scouted for that Toxic. So Magnezone was the perfect swap in. We've got a substitute so that basically if we want to try to bring in anything, we have the cover for it. So, but the only thing that's going to be an issue is that Superior. So now we know Diamantine is Choice Scarf, so that's valuable information. So he might try to bring in the Rotom-Mow to expect the Thunderbolt, which I guess is fine. But at the same time, we do have Hidden Power Fire with Analytic, which as we know, because Magnezone, he's going to go for Wish. So he's pretty much trying to get that, I would say the Diamantine probably back to full health. So we're going to go ahead and reveal that we're substitute with that. So he's got a bit of a Cleric here, so Toxic and Wish. So that's pretty much substandard. I want to go ahead and go for a Thunderbolt because, okay, basically it doesn't matter at this point. At this point, I'm just feeding information, and really Umbreon will probably just stay in just to try to see what he can do here. But because the Magnezone pretty much checks the Umbreon pretty well, more likely he'll probably swap into the Rotom-Mow to try to pretty much absorb my Thunderbolt, or pretty much he has that much confidence in some of his other Pokemon to take the hit that will pretty much go ahead and do something else. So, very interesting battles to say the least. Now, I think if he wants to try swapping the Diamantine, he's trying to scout for, I guess, if he can take a Thunderbolt, which I don't think he could. He's going to go ahead and go for Foul Play. Shouldn't do too much damage to us. We are pretty bulky. So we do survive that. We're going to go ahead and go straight for the Thunderbolt. Let's see how much damage it does. That does a decent hit. So he's pretty much going to go back now to full health now. But now he can kind of see how much damage a Thunderbolt from us does to an Umbreon. So now, one of two things is going to happen from here. So I'm going to just go ahead and go for... Actually, that's probably should do that. Because I do believe Flash Cannon can actually go ahead and get the Spadef drop. So I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon because if we can get a special defense drop on this Umbreon, that would actually work out pretty well for us. He's just trying to break the substitute, which I guess is the fun play. He does actually break the substitute, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and go for a Flash Cannon to try to get the special defense drop because this Umbreon I feel like is going to try to sit here all day. Unfortunately, we don't get the, unfortunately, we do not get the special defense drop, but I have a feeling now he's going to try to go ahead and go for probably the Wish now. He's probably just going to try to see here and stall us, which is fine. If he wants to see him stall, that's fine. He's just going to go straight up for another Foul Play, pretty much expecting us. So that does does little damage. It does a bit of damage to an extent. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Thunderbolt. And like I said, as you can see here, we're doing plenty of damage with that Thunderbolt. So Wish and Foul Play Toxic. So really, Umbreon's not really going to do too much in this battle, and I guess that works out for us. Now, the thing is, does he really want to preserve it? That's the real question. I think it's in my best interest to go for the Thunderbolt. At this point, I just want to make sure I can get the kill on this thing. He's going to go ahead and go for Wish. He's going to go ahead and go for Wish as we go ahead and fire off a Thunderbolt. We should get the kill on Umbreon as it does. Fantastic. So, Magnezone kills the Umbreon. But now he's going to pretty much try to get himself to bring in Diamantine to try to scare me out, which is a good tactic on his part to go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, here comes Harambe. Here comes Harambe. So he's pretty much going to try to go for the Earthquake. If I had to guess, I would pretty much, 90% of the time, I would assume he's going to go for Earthquake. He might go for a Flare Blitz, which I guess is fine as well. The thing is, we don't have anything that could really handle a Flare Blitz. Actually, I just realized that. Wow, okay, we don't have a real good answer for Flare Blitz. So really, this Choice Scarf is going to be a real issue. Looking at his team here, This does check Tapu Fini really hard, so we have to make sure we keep it around. If anything, I reckon the do I think we are max defense? Let me just do some just calcs for a second, just quick calculations. Metagross, full defensive. I have to try full defensive 252 versus we've got 45 seconds left. We should be fine. Darmanitan, Choice Scarf. So how much would an Earthquake do? Earthquake does only 25%. Oh, so, whoa. No. Wait, really? Earthquake against... Oh, this gets Shuckerberry. Take off the Shuckerberry, what the hell? That would have been such a great oversight on my part. None. How much does it do? It does 50%, 42 to 50%. So, we're actually okay to go ahead and swap into... Because we are fully defensive, we are actually okay to go ahead and swap into Metagross. Even though, yes, I know we're going to be absolutely blown away by a Flare Blitz, that's fine. He's actually going to go for U-turn. Okay, so... That's interesting. He gets the crit. That fucking sucks. But that's good as well because that doesn't tell him what kind of build we are. So now that Umbreon's gone, pretty much Metagross is pretty much set up to try to sit here in front of a lot of things. Because now that Umbreon's gone, the check that Metagross is gone, so we can have a little bit of fun with this one. We can have a little fun with this one. I'm surprised he didn't bring the Dragonite, but I guess he didn't like the matchup between Dragonite and the Kyurem Black, so... I guess that works out there, but... Now that he sees that, so Choice Scarf, Earthquake, and U-turn. Now we have that on deck. But he's pretty much trying to give... Wait, that doesn't make sense though. Why would he do that? Now he's just wasted the wish he's going to go for Edward Scissorhands. Okay, so in comes Edward Scissorhands. So, like I said, now what I feel like he's going to try to do is he's going to try to set up for the, So what moves do we have? We have Earthquake, Ice Punch, Ball Punch, Tough One. My issue is once he sets up, so I'm going to go ahead and... See, again, this just becomes the issue now. It's the issue that... this is especially defensive. I'm going to go ahead... More likely he's going to go for Swords Dance. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't go for Swords Dance. As much as I want to set up the... As much as I really want to set up the rocks right now, at this point, I know this is going to try to get the for Swords Dance. I would put money on it. He's going to go for Swords Dance right now. So he's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. The only issue is going to be if, in fact, this Scissor does have a Fire type move, then that would be pretty catastrophic. But let's just see what happens here. So he's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. He's going to go ahead and go for the Swords Dance, like I thought. So now looking at how much damage, I'm pretty sure I calculated it to say that we can pretty much take a U-turn. Now again, it just comes down to... So, I'm going to go ahead and go for... Let me just calculate this quickly. I just want to double check something. So, let's go Magnezone. Let's go Choice Specs versus Mega... Oh my god, bro, really? Bulky Swords Dance. Okay, let's say how much damage. Okay, let's just say max attack at the most. With now +2. How much damage? U-turn's going to do 64%. That's quite a bit. There's quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and just go for a Hidden Power Fire. He more likely is going to U-turn, which he does. And we're pretty much going to reveal that we are in fact we do have Hidden Power Fire, which is unfortunate. Because I really didn't want to reveal that, but at this point it was just too good to pretty much too good to not go for. So he gets rid of the Scissors, that's fine. He's probably going to swap into Darmanitan. If he swaps into Darmanitan, we read that unit for a Thunderbolt. That would have been absolute tits. But unfortunately, we're not that good of a player. So he's banking a lot on us, predicting to go in for. But that U-turn does quite a bit of damage. If anything, I think we should have gone for the substitute. But then again, I didn't know what he wanted to do here, so that's just the only issue. But at least he's lost his Cleric. But now we know he's got two U-turners in the Mega Scissor and the Darmanitan. He's going to send out Harambe. So that's pretty much going to be pretty bad for us here. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Hinpow Fire. But that gets the kill regardless, so that is awesome. Oh my goodness. Taking that hit like a champ. Good God, Magnezone. Magnezone. Oh, because we're analytic. Ah, I forgot about that. Magnezone kills Darmanitan. Wow, that's pretty epic. So, Thunderbolt. Oh my gosh. That was pretty awesome. I don't think he predicted us to do that much. He might think that we're Magna Pull, which is why he did what he did with HP Fire. Pretty ironic. D-pad was here. That is the superior. Alright. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting because I don't know what his investments are with this, superior. So, I'm going to go ahead and stay in at this point. Well, no, we need this. We really need this. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Wilma because Wilma, like I said, is in fact our check for the superior. We made it especially defensive to take on this contrary boosting kind of shenanigans, which is fine. But now we can go ahead and use our Mandibuzz to pretty much go for it here. So, I love coffee, don't you? Best thing to wake up in the morning. I wake up in the morning with a cup of coffee. Ugh. So in comes the Mandibuzz, our flying Mandibuzz, Leech Seed. Huh. Okay, this guy. So, a Leech Seed. Interesting. Definitely interesting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for a knockoff because I want to see what this item this D-pad has. Okay, so that's interesting. So, okay, I'm guessing it's not the... I mean, it could still be offensive. That could just be a giant, sucker to do something. He's going to go ahead and swap out, more likely swap into the Aquamarine. That is the, this Tapu Fini. This Tapu Fini, hey! The Tapu Fini, hey! But we're going to get rid of his item, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and go for a knockoff on this here. Not going to do very much, but we get rid of his item, which is another leftovers. Here with all these leftovers, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop. Okay, so now that we see this here, and we're seeing Leech Seed now becoming really irritating right now, but we do have our checks in these Pokemon. We do have the Magnezone, we do have the Metagross. So we have our checks here. And I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Metagross. But here's the thing. He might actually have an answer for that in, say, a Hidden Power Fire or a Hidden Power Ground, something. I would say more likely Hidden Power Ground, more likely. But here comes the Metagross. Let's see what this type of thing wants to do. He's going to get the Scald. And Scald, let's see how much damage it does. Does a decent damage, no burn. That's pretty much, woo, that is pretty much the most vital thing at this point. Now, because the Bullet Punch is neutral, because it's water and fairy, I think now would probably be the best time to go ahead and set up rocks now, just because Bullet Punch is priority either way, and I feel like Magnezone would definitely have a better time against this, but this is just a defensive wall. Considering that two of his biggest threats have been taken out right now, which I still think is hilarious. I mean, the Metagross does check the to an extent, it does check Mega Scizor, but it gets blown away by Next Scizor, so... but we do have, like, Rocky Helmet, we're fully defensive, so, you know. Now you're just trying to think what kind of moveset we would have. But this is fully defensive. We've got Ice Punch, Earthquake, Bullet Punch, and Stealth Rock. So Stealth Rock is going to be pretty crucial for crippling. I would say, well, really, there's not anything you can cripple, because, I mean, it's just residual damage that will just hurt him with his swap-in. So it does take a bit of his initiative away from his U-turning Mega Scizor. But at the same time, it's just chip damage. He's going to go ahead and swap out here, and more likely he's going to probably bring in Scissor Hands, which he does. And comes Scissor Hands! And we're going to go ahead and get the Stealth Rock set up, so that's awesome. Now again, more than likely he might now try to go ahead and go for the swap in. He might try to go ahead and set up the I'm going to go ahead and swap to Magnezone. We've seen how much a U-turn does resisted, so we could have a bit of fun here. So we're going to go ahead and swap out the Metagross to bring in the Magnezone here. I would love if he had like Hidden Power Ground on the Mega Scizor. That would be kind of hilarious. He's going to go ahead and go for the Sword Dance, which is, you know, ha ha ha, Basics 101 with Mega Scizor. So U-turn Sword Dance, even though he went for it before. Excuse me. So now because we've seen how much damage a U-turn does, I'm going to go ahead and make a hard read and go for a substitute because we've seen it did roughly 25%. So if we have enough health, the only thing that's going to screw this over is if he has a, if he gets a crit. That's the only thing that's going to fuck us if he does in fact get a crit, because then it means that we really can't set up a substitute. But having a substitute up just means that we have protection against certain Pokemon. So, you know, it's an interesting match to say the least. But we're playing this pretty well, we're just scouting. He's going to have the superpower. Wow! Yikes! Yikes! Mega Scissor kills. Mega Scissor kills Magnezone with superpower. Wow! Nice prep for that. Nice prep. But now he's at -1 defense, so I'm going to bring in now the Mandibuzz, because the Mandibuzz now should have a bit of a fun time with this here. Wow, that's pretty nuts. That is pretty goddamn nuts. More likely he's going to swap into the... I doubt he would swap. I mean, I doubt he would stay in. I mean, I'll be very surprised if he does. But just in case he does, for whatever reason, I mean, I'm just going to go... I could go for Foul Play, or he might just do something else. It's starting to get dicey. I'm going to just go for a Foul Play just to play it safe here. I could Roost Up, predict U-turn, which he does go for, which I should have gone for my basic instincts. So that sucks. We should have gone for the Roost, but we didn't, and now there's going to be a repercussion is us doing this. That does suck. That does suck that we didn't go for the Roost here, but we should have done that. So, shame, shame, shame. But we do get the Rocks damage off, which is great. But now we really have Foul Play, which sucks, because I don't want to reveal that. It's not something you want to reveal. And we're going to go ahead and reveal that we have leftovers. So now, Mandibuzz really can't do anything else at this point. It really can't. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go for the Roost, just to see what this Tapu Fini wants to do here. At this point, I am letting Mandibuzz go, but at the same time, if I can go for Roost, that's great, because it gives me information. So unfortunately, our biggest check to this Tapu Fini is now gone, which is sad, because that's not where I wanted to go with this. But I just want to see what this Tapu Fini wants to do here. If he has Moonblast, which I'm pretty sure he does, he might just go ahead and go for it. But we're fully HP, full special defense. I'm pretty sure we should be able to live it at maximum defense, HP, and special defense. So I'm just going to go for the Roost just to predict what this Pokemon wants to do here. If anything, he might just go for a prediction move, thinking we're going to swap out, which is fine for us. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's going to go for that Moonblast here. Unfortunately, we are going to take it with the full brim here, and unfortunately, that was a crit. Ah! That was a crit. That crit mattered. I believe that crit mattered. Tapu Fini kills Mandibuzz with the crits with Moonblast. That blows. That really blows. Because I'm pretty sure we would have survived that, because we are fully invested. Alright, let me just see here. So now, I think now's the time. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Kieran Black at this point here. Bring in big bad Kieran Black. Kieran Black. And we're going to go ahead. Flash Cannon is neutral. I just realized that. So why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, now I just realized the error of my ways with this play here. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well at all. But pretty much this gets walled by Mega Scissor, so at this point I don't have much of a choice. I'm going to go for an Earth Power, At this point, I don't have much of a choice here. I don't know what my thought was behind Flash Cannon. That's special defensive investment, but we do get the Spit Death drop, which is very nice. We are going to reveal that we're Life Orb. He's going to go ahead and go straight for the Moonblast here. I really hope it's not going to kill. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't. There we go, so it doesn't. And we get the special attack drop. Oh, that is so crucial. That is so crucial right there. Oh, that is so crucial right there. Oh, dear God. So that pretty much evens out everything. At this point, Kieran Black really can't do anything. It gets walled by Mega Scissor. Superior, I think, outspeeds. So really, I'm just going to let this one go. I'm really just going to let this one go just because... But that crit though. That fucking crit though. Unfortunate. He's going to go for Moonblast, so Tapu Fini kills Kieran Black with Moonblast. Alright then. Our best bet is to go for Miss Prada because Miss Prada does outspeed, and I do believe our fairy type moves have been boosted by the Misty Terrain here. So let's go for a Mega Evolved. I'll say Hyper Voice. At this point, we do outspeed. At this point, the Tapu Fini is pretty much gone. At this point, I don't think he can really do anything at this range. So he's pretty much going to let it go. So we're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve into the Mega Gardevoir. And we have our Mega, you know. Our speed, we're going to go for that Pixelate boost under there, and there we go. Mega Gardevoir kills Tapu Fini with Hyper Voice. Now, this Mega Scissor could try to go for some things, but unfortunately, because it outspeeds us with that Bullet Punch, we can only do a Shadow Ball. Deep Paddles here is going to come in. That is, of course, the Superior. Going to go ahead and take a little bit of Rocks damage here. I'm going to go for a Hyper Voice. I don't know what he's planning to do here. I mean, he could just go for a Leaf Storm and try to set up for that shenanigans. He is going to go for the Leaf Storm here. Let's see how much damage it does. We are got some HP investment. His special attack is going to rise sharply. We're going to go straight up for the Hyper Voice. Let's see how much damage this does to... Ooh, okay. That is good information right there. Unfortunately, I don't think we are going to survive another hit, so... And it gets walled by Mega Scissor, so Mega Gardevoir really can't do anything else. It really can't do anything else. So, now it's coming down to a battle between... this is going to be nuts. This is going to be absolutely nuts. So at this range, I think the Leaf Storm is in fact going to get the kill, which is unfortunate. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't, but it does. Now he's at +4. We're going to go ahead and, unfortunately, Mega Gardevoir, Superior kills Mega Gardevoir with Leaf Storm. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bring in our Chandelure so we can go ahead and get the kill. We are Choice Scarfed. He doesn't know that. If anything, I think maybe he knows that, but maybe he doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and just go straight for a Flamethrower to get the kill on the Superior. At this point, Lugia checks everything on his team here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Flamethrower. He's going to reveal, oh crap, he's Choice Scarf. So that's going to go ahead and get the kill. So Chandelure kills Superior with Flamethrower. Now probably it's going to bring in the more like it's going to bring in the Scissor, because at this point he really can't do anything else, and probably just go for that Bullet Punch to try to get the kill. But if he doesn't, then this does bring up an interesting proposition. So very interesting proposition. He's going to bring Edward Scissorhands. That's pretty much a guarantee. I wouldn't be very surprised. So he's going to go ahead and use his attack reduced. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Metagross here because I'm expecting a Ball Punch to come my way because Lumiere is in fact going to check it. He's probably hit that Ball Punch like right away, going, we got this, we got this, we got this. In comes the Metagross here. I'm going to take that Ball Punch. Let's go. We're going to eat that up pretty well. And look at that Rocky Helmet damage dough. So now let's go ahead. At this point, Earthquake is only our best move here. We could have had in Power Fire to prepare for the situation, but we don't. Unfortunate. But now it comes down to we can kill this Scizor. If Scizor doesn't have, if Scizor does not have anything else, then we pretty much have this. The only issue is going to be what his final move is. We've seen U-Turn, Swords Dance, Superpower, and Ball Punch. That's his full moveset. That is his full moveset, Ball Punch. At this point, I feel like we are going to lose, which is going to be very unfortunate because I really don't want to lose, but at this point, he's going to go for U-Turn. Wow. And we go for Earthquake. Oh my god, this is going to suck. No! Not what I wanted! Not what I wanted! Oh no. Oh no, why did I do that? Oh dear. That's gonna suck! And now we've got Earthquake, it's gonna do nothing. Man, oh man. We are gonna lose this one. We are really gonna lose this one. No, that fucking sucks! We were so close! We were so close! We're gonna lose this one now. That's terrible! We're gonna lose. That's terrible! Oh my gosh, oh man. We're gonna lose this one because of that one turn. Mo kills Metagross. If I predict the U-turn, I didn't predict him to go for the U-turn, but oh my gosh. If anything, I would have thought he would have gone for the... We're going to lose by 1-0 again. Are we serious? We're going to lose by 1-0. Double Choice Scarf. This guy has Double Choice Scarf. That fucking sucks, bro. Really? He had Choice Scarf on both of his mons? Well, that's the week to be bad for you guys. We've lost 2-0 now, so... Oh my god, why? Oh! If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like button down below. Let's hope we have better luck next week. Oh, that's messing with my head right now. That crit though, oh. Oh. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Stay safe, stay sharp. I'll see you later.